Straight ahead on CCX News. The buzz over something that is new to Minnesota. Three Rivers Parks experts find a different way to track bees. Plus, a popular place to experience life as it once was. Now see what changes are planned for this Brooklyn Park attraction. But first, a city excited over a different shade of green.
The Lime bikes are here. Lime is here. Lime is live, as I say.
CCX News starts right now. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. The Lime is here, as Mayor Shep Harris said. Now Golden Valley City officials want you to ride Lime bikes to the moon and back.
50 Lime bikes are now available in the city of Golden Valley, one of the first cities along with Edina to agree to roll them out. California-based Lime Bike is in charge of the bikes. There's no cost to the city. To find the bikes, you must download the Lime Bike app on your smartphone. The cost to use them is $1 per 30 minutes, and you can leave the bikes wherever you go. City officials say the feedback so far has been positive.
So this is helping people not only be active, but it's helping that last mile, whether they're without a car or the bus line only gets you so far or the light rail only gets you so far. You can take that bike anywhere.
Supposed to be available last spring, but the company had trouble finding a warehouse to store the bikes and finding enough workers to run the operation. Depending on their popularity, Lime Bike plans to eventually roll out up to 200 bikes in Golden Valley.
A New Hope City Council member is resigning his seat due to a move outside the city. Eric Lammle will leave his seat effective August 15th. Lammle is a police sergeant with the city of Richfield, and he wanted to live closer to his work. He has served on the New Hope City Council since 2008. The City Council will appoint a new member to fill the remainder of Lammle's term. New Hope residents can apply for the position. The deadline is August 17th.
A Brooklyn Park attraction is getting a new name. The Eidem Homestead will become the historic Eidem Farm. That's one of several changes after Monday night's City Council vote to accept a new master plan for the facility. The farm's historical recreation focus will also change. Simulating an 1890s farm no longer makes sense because the farmhouse has been restored to its 1905 condition. Even though it's only about a 15-year difference, the technology changes in farming after the turn of the century makes it significant. The plans also call for the farm to have running water and early mechanized farming like tractors, things it lacks today. The Three Rivers Park District is doing something that hasn't been done before.
Scientists are putting radio transmitters on bees. Here's what they found. The restored prairie of Crowhassan Park Reserve can give you a glimpse of what a Minnesota prairie should look like, with a wide variety of wildflowers and wildlife.
So I'm just taking a look right now, trying to survey to try to find a bee flying.
Scientists with Three Rivers Park District are trying to find bees. There are more than a dozen species that live in the parks, including the rusty patch bumblebee, which is a federally threatened species.
If we can find out where they're nesting, or the things we can do to improve nesting habitat for the bumblebees.
But to find out where the bees are nesting, they must be tracked.
So you can see, like, trying to get her position to right where I put that hole.
John Moriarty leads a team trying to do something that hasn't been done in Minnesota before.
So we're trying to put a very small radio transmitter on bumblebees. And the reason we're doing that is so that we can figure out what habitats the bumblebees use on the prairie.
Probably about as good a placement as we're going to get, huh?
Three Rivers has tracked wildlife like deer, turtles, and even snakes. But bees are tricky.
It's delicate, and also there isn't a really good plan book out there. There aren't easy to do instructions. There's no YouTube video on putting radios on bumblebees.
The radio is going to be about 80% of her weight. Quite a hefty load for her.
The tiny transmitters that go on the back of the bees can weigh as much as the bees themselves. But the bees can handle it.
She's a smaller worker, so I was kind of curious if we could even do it on a bumblebee this size.
So channel scan is on right now, so it'll automatically start going through all the channels.
Time is of the essence here. The radios transmit information for only a few days and only within a small range.
So if they get up and get into the wind and go really fast and fly to the next hill that's a couple hundred yards away, we might lose them.
At least with the worker, we know they have a mission, they're likely, their nest is here in the park.
The information the Park District learns from the bees could help future management of parks like this.
We are very good at planting flowers and getting lots of flowers out here. But are there things that the bumblebees need or the butterflies need that are different than just getting a lot of pretty flowers? And so we want to make sure that our prairie is healthy for all the animals that live here.
The information gathering doesn't end with the bumblebees either. Scientists are also gathering information on butterflies. Lots of folks are buzzing about the Osseo Farmers Market.
This is the second week of the summer event, which is located right across from City Hall in Boorboom Park. And that is where reporter Sonia Goins joins us now. Hey, Sonia.
Now, Shannon, Delane, you guys might want to get out here after work. This is such a great farmer's market. Well, it's not really big, but the selection of fruits and vegetables is rather large. Take a look at this. We have cantaloupe, cucumbers, peppers, and cabbage, onions, you name it, it's out here. But here's my personal favorite, strawberry daiquiri jam. Can't go wrong with that. There's so much out here to see and do. Joining me now to tell me more about the farmers market is Dee Boom. Hi, Dee. Thanks for joining me.
Hi. Thank you for coming here. I just would encourage everyone as they're driving through Main Street, Osseo, to stop and have supper. We've got the vegetables, we've got the fruits, we've got the bread, we've got the salsa, we've got the ice cream for dessert. So I encourage everyone to swing through Osseo and eat to their heart's content.
Now, there's some new stuff out here. Tell me about the salsa.
Yes, the salsa is brand new today. It is our first time vendor with him. In fact, it's his first time vending, and he's very excited about it. And we also have a lady who is an artist with rocks. She has got some beautiful designs on rocks. And like I said, the ice cream is to die for.
Okay, so you guys heard it. The farmer market stays open until 7 tonight, so get on out here. Live in Osseo, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
All right.
Thanks, Sonia. Bring back some of that jam if you could. Still ahead, this week's Backyard Getaways is filled with dark clouds, how they can be seen from here all the way to St. Paul.
Plus, an Armstrong-Cooper youth baseball team battles for a tournament title. We'll have the highlights.
But first, Wednesday weather to watch for. There's a chance for thunderstorms toward the evening. This week in Backyard Getaways, we are soccer-centric.
You might not realize the Minnesota United had its headquarters right here in Golden Valley. So in Backyard Getaways, we decided to check out one of their games at TCF Bank Stadium. Here's Eric Nelson.
Soccer is trending up.
We're going to unite and we're going to inspire this community and bring them all together around the great game of soccer.
The sport is quickly catching on in the Twin Cities as Minnesota United grows its fan base.
What's different between our sport and every other sport, it's organic, it's led by the fans. It's really not game operations, it's not sort of things that are orchestrated.
It's a great game. It's a beautiful game. There's so much action.
Brooklyn Park's Wyatt Ping has Min U season tickets.
It's a lot better, I think, than some of the other sports with a lot of stop and start. It's just constant action the whole time. The creativity on the field is amazing to watch.
Wyatt and his soccer-playing kids get their kicks by watching the Loons play on the pitch.
It's really, really fun, exciting. Kind of gets you like jumping off your seat a little bit.
For the Pings, the short trip to TCF Bank Stadium is worth every penny they spend.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's a great atmosphere. It's a great team. They're up and coming, a lot of exciting new players.
When you come to a Minnesota United match, there's incredible energy and passion. And it all starts right here with the dark cloud.
Every match is a cloudburst, and there is a Eurocentric vibe. These fanatics wave flags, they constantly chant, and they never sit down.
My legs are hurting from standing up here, you know. Man, it's just incredible energy.
The dark clouds have unwavering Loons loyalty, even when it comes to game day attire.
It's 80 degrees and we're all wearing scarves. Where else do you get a sport like that?
On this sun-drenched Sunday, a crowd of 22,739 had plenty to cheer as Minnesota United cruised to a 5-1 win over LAFC.
You just have to be here. Come and sit down and you will be an instant fan.
Minnesota United, which is based in Golden Valley, views the Northwest Burbs as fertile soccer territory because of its youth participation and immigrant population.
I just want this to be a melting pot. I want it to be where all people of all ethnicities, incredibly diverse marketplace. Doesn't matter where you're from. Every single one of those fans, by the way, has their home team. We want to be their home team.
For Backyard Getaways, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Looks exciting. Things get even better next season when the Loons move into Alliance Field, a new soccer-specific venue that will be located in St. Paul Midway. Still ahead, how a Golden Valley nonprofit is helping people with disabilities embrace Minnesota lakes.
But first, a look ahead to this weekend's Big Crystal Frolics softball tournament that will see some changes in the coming years. John Jacobson is in next.
The 15U AAA Armstrong-Cooper Raptors baseball team had a great regular season, taking first place in District 2. The Raptors advanced to the final of a postseason tournament. They faced Forest Lake Monday night. Bottom of the second, the ground ball to short is bobbled, and Matthew Sauer scores for a 1-0 Raptors lead. The Rangers draw even in the third. Cam Zuniga strokes the hit to right field to score. Isaac roars, and it's 1-1. Top of the fifth, Forest Lake with the bases loaded. AC pitcher Nick Hubbard snags the soft line drive and keeps the score 1-1. But in the sixth, the Raptors make a costly error as the throw from short is high to first, and two Rangers will score in this play for a 3-1 lead. Forest Lake goes on to beat Armstrong-Cooper 4-2. The Raptors play in the MSF State Tournament in Ham Lake later this week. Young wrestlers in Maple Grove hit the mat this week. Jay Wilcox has more on a camp with plenty of personalized instruction.
For a small but dedicated group of wrestlers at Maple Grove, it's a chance to learn from a recent college wrestler. The Gophers' Gannon Volk leads this two-day camp.
It's pretty cool, you know, because meeting new wrestlers, especially college level, is a real treat, I guess you could say.
I really like coaching. It's a way for me to keep being in the room and helping people. I have a younger brother, so I really like coaching him. I've been in his corner for multiple years now.
Volk is a former Apple Valley High School standout. For the guys at this camp, they get plenty of individual attention from him.
It's better because it's individual. I mean, it's more working time on you, and you don't really have to, wait for him to come around you if you have questions, so it's easier to kind of just get him teaching you just by yourself.
It is good. I can really get to each group and help them individually. There's a big age spread and a big like a skill spread. So I'm kind of doing two different camps, showing two different move sets and helping them both out.
It's about teaching and digesting some new moves.
Well, yesterday he taught us some offensive moves, and he also today is teaching us how to escape from the bottom.
I really want them to have one move that they can feel comfortable with, one move that they really feel like they learned, one move that they feel like they can keep doing in their wrestling room without me, so that they can master it even though I won't be there after today.
More summer mat time of any kind is a good thing for young wrestlers as they look to grow in the sport. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jay. It is the oldest annual men's softball tournament in the area. The Crystal Frolics tourney started in the early 1960s. Earlier today, we talked to tournament director Jim Whita about the 2018 Frolics.
Well, we have 60 teams this year in the Frolics, gold division and a bronze division. We have 12 in the gold, 48 in the bronze. So it's going to make for an interesting matchup because there are some interesting teams in both divisions looking for a victory.
After decades of Frolic softball up here at Becker Park, this is the last year of that, right? They're reconfiguring this park, and the last time we'll have softball in Becker 1 and Becker 2.
You're right. Frolic softball will be held next year, 2019, down at Welcome Park. And this year they're building a super field down at Welcome right now. It's 315 down the line, 325 the dead center, 8-foot high fences, lights, dugouts, scoreboards. It's going to be a very interesting and fun place to play softball for Frolic softball next year in 2019.
Because of what's going on at Welcome right now, did you have to limit the number of teams for this year's tournament?
Yes, we had to limit the number because we lost the use of Welcome number 3, so we had to basically discontinue the co-ed, which we didn't want to do, but it came down to a numbers thing, and so we decided to go with the men's because they were more apt to come and play.
Tournament starts on Friday, but I know you've got events coming up on Thursday night here too at Becker.
You bet. Thursday night we have the All-Star game that starts around 6 o'clock. We've got 60 players kind of coming out here, breaking down into north, west, east, and south teams. So we're going to have a full weekend. It looks like the weather's going to cooperate, so we should be able to have a fun weekend.
There will also be a batting cage open to youth, free of charge, set up behind Becker Field 1 for softball and youth baseball players. That's all for sports. We're back with more in a moment.
And finally, soaking up the summer by helping others get out on the lake.
A program at Golden Valley's Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Institute is giving people the opportunity to try something new.
Excited. Yeah.
The land of 10,000 lakes offers plenty of opportunities for recreation. But sometimes getting out on the water requires a helping hand.
We've rallied everybody in this community around to get everybody out playing on the water.
Tara Gorman is from Courage Kenny's Sports and Recreation Department.
How are you?
This summer, the group has organized an adaptive water skiing program, which gives people a chance to experience Medicine Lake in Plymouth in a way many never have.
They're learning that they can overcome obstacles that may come up in life and to take a deep breath and smile and move on, and most of the time it works out, and some of the time out there you wipe out.
One of the first-time participants is Alan Sockery, who was straight to the point when asked why he signed up.
Interesting people and experience.
Alan was one of 8 people who got out on the water Monday night. The program is designed to help adaptive skiers learn the basics and try out new equipment. And while there are important life lessons the skiers can gain from this activity, the main benefit is obvious.
Fun.
A fun experience led by a group of volunteers who want nothing more than to show the group a good time.
You've got people there that help you and pick you up. So I think it's a great lesson all around.
Courage Kenny's adaptive water skiing program began more than 2 decades ago on a lake in Ramsey County, but this is the first year the program has expanded into the West Metro. A lot of fun times out there, a lot of smiles. All right, that's all the news for now. Thanks for joining us.
We will leave you with a little fun in Golden Valley. This is the Panhandler Steel Drum Band that performed Monday night at Brookview Park. Enjoy.